South Asia is a region defined by its immense physical boundaries, from the alluvial plains of the Indus to the alpine heights of the Himalayas. Our understanding of the region's biodiversity is usually focused on its most famous residents, like the Bengal tiger. We prioritize the protection of these massive visible species, seeing them as the primary indicators of a healthy environment. But there is another predator here, one that is almost entirely invisible to the naked eye. This is the aphid. While tigers and elephants dominate the landscape we can see, the stability of South Asia's agricultural foundation actually depends on what happens at this microscopic scale. Aphids use a reproductive strategy called parthenogenesis. They essentially clone themselves, allowing a single female to produce generations of offspring without a mate. This leads to population growth that is nearly impossible to contain once it begins. They are also highly adaptable. Aphids can survive across a wide range of climatic zones, allowing them to follow their host plants into almost any environment they are introduced to. This data visualization shows the scale of the threat. Globally, the agricultural losses attributed to these insects reach billions of dollars every year. For a region like South Asia, where over 1 billion people rely on local farming for their daily calories, an aphid invasion moves from an economic problem to a direct threat to food security. Aphids cause what biologists call direct damage. They pierce the plant's phloem, the tissue that carries nutrients, and drain the sap. In high numbers, this nutrient depletion can cause a tree or crop to suffer a quick decline and die within a single season. They also cause indirect damage. Aphids act as biological vectors, carrying and transmitting nearly half of all insect-borne plant viruses. The most significant threat to the region's staples is the Russian wheat aphid. It targets the vast lifelines of the subcontinent, the wheat and barley fields. This chart shows how severe an infestation can be. In the worst cases, a single population of Russian wheat aphids can cause an 80% collapse in crop yields. The aphid operates as a precision tool of biological disruption, targeting the very plants that sustain the continent's population. To counter this, the environment relies on tritrophic associations. This is a three-way interaction between the host plant, the invading pest, and the natural enemies that hunt them. These defenders include hoverflies, parasitic wasps, and the ladybird beetle. A single beetle can devour hundreds of aphids, acting as a natural regulator. This microscopic equilibrium is the primary barrier preventing the total loss of South Asia's cereal crops. When farmers see their yields dropping, the most common response is to apply broad-spectrum chemical pesticides. But these chemicals are not selective. They kill the aphids, but they also wipe out the ladybirds and parasitic wasps, providing free pest control. This map highlights another challenge: climate change. Warming temperatures are pushing into high-altitude zones that were once too cold for pests. As these mountains warm, invasive aphids follow. They move into previously pristine mountain ecosystems where plants have no built-in defenses. Our management strategies are often self-defeating, destroying our natural allies while climate change creates new territories for the pests to occupy. There is a significant gap in how we protect these landscapes. While these predatory insects safeguard an agricultural industry worth billions, they are almost entirely absent from conservation efforts. In countries like Pakistan, national conservation red lists track mammals and birds with precision, but they currently include 0 insect species. Most documentation that does exist is localized and focused strictly on the damage caused to crops, rather than the health of the broader ecosystem. This fragmented data means we have no cohesive strategy to protect the species that provide the region with natural pest control. We are trying to protect a continental food supply while ignoring the status of the very species that defend it. Natural ecosystems like these mangroves don't recognize political borders. An aphid population in one country can easily migrate into the next via international trade or simple wind currents. Securing the regional food supply will require a united transboundary strategy. It is no longer possible for countries to manage these threats in isolation. The shift from chemical pesticides to biological control isn't just about the environment. It is a necessity for sustainable farming. If we protect the predators, they will protect the crops. The most important battles for the future of our food are happening at a scale we rarely stop to notice. Subscribe to see more of the invisible systems that hold our world together.